We're coming to you from Cicada Restaurant in downtown Los Angeles, California, where this afternoon it's a big day for actress Lisa Ray, as she's installed the Queen Mother of Ghana.
I, Lisa Ray McCoy.
I, Lisa Ray McCoy.
Have considered very carefully.
Have considered very carefully.
And accepted the position as the lady's Queen Mother. And accepted the position.
And accepted the position.
As the lady's Queen Mother.
As the lady's Queen Mother.
For development in Aguna Kunyako.
For the development in
Aguna Kunyako. In the central region. Aguna Kunyako, the central region. Of the Republic of Ghana.
Of the Republic of Ghana.
And attached. With all its responsibilities.
With all
its
responsibilities.
1, 2, 3. Fill our
enemies are many, and they stand ready to pounce upon and exploit our every weakness. They play upon our vanities and flatter us in every kind of way. They tell us that this particular person or that particular country has greater or more favorable potentialities than the other. They do not tell us that we should unite, that we are all as good as we are able to make ourselves once we are free.
Don't fucking move on. Shoot your fucking ass, bitch. Tase his ass. Why are you so angry? I'm angry because it's been going on forever. Enough is enough.
We're waiting for a back. I will, sir. No worries. I will.
Fuck.
He just shot his arm off. We got pulled over on Larpener.
I told him not to reach for it. I told him to get his hand open.
You told him to get his ID, sir, and his driver's license. Oh my God, please don't tell me he's dead. Please don't tell me my boyfriend just went like that.
Keep your hands where they are, please.
Yes, I will, sir. I'll keep my hands where they are. Please don't tell me this, Lord. Please, Jesus, don't tell me that he's gone. Please don't tell me that he's gone. Please, officer, don't tell me that you just did this to him. You shot 4 bullets into him, sir. He was just getting his license and registration, sir.
Mid-20th century is Africa's. This decade is the decade of African independence. Forward then to independence. To independence now. Tomorrow, the United States of Africa.
Aquaba. Welcome to today's Social Thursday. I'm excited, and not so much excited at the same time. I'm excited for you, but not really excited about what I'm going to talk about. And it's something that I don't even know what to say, because this is not something that we should be discussing in these times. And I think that much respect to the elders and the chiefs that were involved, but I think this is something that shouldn't happen in current situations in the country, and the friction between the youth and the elders and the Westerners, if I should put it that sense. And I think this pictures or videos cause an uproar on social media, and I'm not really on social media, but I got a couple of people sent me messages about what is happening, and I knew I was going to react on Thursday because Thursday is our social Thursday, so I'm not going to let anything affect our shuttles. So I decided, you know what, let me wait and let me react to it today. But I'm not just going to react to it, I'm just going to throw more light about the situation that is on the ground, the real deal, what is really going on the ground. Because one thing you must understand is that this Chinaman wouldn't come from nowhere and all of a sudden be given the chieftaincy title. So what happened, what is the genesis of this whole activities, and that is why I really want to do this video today.
This is The Cut Chronicles. We're coming to you from Sakata here in downtown Los Angeles, California, where Lisa Ray is going to be installed as a Queen Mother of Ghana. Joining me right now are two of the chiefs who are a part of the festivities. And tell us, what does this mean?
Being a Queen Mother in our land, Ghana, it entails a lot. If you accept the role, you have a lot of things that you have to accomplish. Like her, we are going to crown her as a development Queen Mother for ladies, which is going to be like she's going to be in charge of youth, ladies coming up who actually need help, need assistance. So many things that is on her, going to be on her shoulders, and which she has accepted to do it.
And so what is Lisa Ray, what is this going to mean to her?
It will be great for her because, you know, it's something very, very high position that she's going to take, and people back home, they will be happy with her. And what she needs to do is just listen to the people over there, and they will train her what to do.
That was the breakdowns, and you could hear from some of the chiefs that were trying to explain the role of Lisa Ray. So I think they got confused. Lisa Ray going up. I think she said on the Wendy show that she is the Queen Mother of Ghana. No, Ghana is not just some full stop that you could just put your feet on it and say, I'm the Queen Mother of Ghana. No, nobody can be the Queen Mother of Ghana, as a matter of fact. So it was just a title given to her around the Agona areas that she was entitled as a Queen Mother for development, as the youth, as we had the chief explain. I'm going to show you a couple of pictures that shows, as a matter of fact, some Westerners or Europeans that have been given, and also African Americans that have been given the title of a chief. And I just want to show you a couple of pictures. But before that, you know, I got to give thanks to the Creator, our Father, and also give thanks to the Mother. As I say, to give thanks to the powers that be, Ajo, Abine, Aukuya, Efi, Amen. To the powers of the air, powers of the earth, powers of the waters above and beneath, powers of the fiery dimension, and also I'm so humbled and grateful that you're always with me, working with me. So these are some of the pictures that you can see on your screens right now. People or white Europeans or Westerners that have been given the title chief. So this Chinaman is not the first person that has gotten the title as a chief in the country. As a matter of fact, it's been happening oftentimes. But I'm building my story. So just have patience with me. I also want to show you some other African nations that have gone ahead to take the or gone ahead to enthrone certain Westerners or Europeans into their countries as chief, or given the titles as chief. I know Yoruba, Zambia. These are places that have gotten to give the titles as chiefs to Westerners or foreigners who came into the country. So let's watch this video right now.
The managing director of NTA Star TV Network Limited in Nigeria, Jack Liu, was honored with a chieftaincy title in the Arabia state, eastern Nigeria. Liu received the Nkanuzu of Uturu, Chief of Science and Technology, by the King of Uturu Kingdom, Eze Cyril Ibe, at an elaborate ceremony attended by dignitaries and chiefs of the kingdom. In his acceptance speech, Jack Liu said his company has employed over 3,000 local staff in Nigeria and is willing to do more to support the community. According to officials, the decision to bestow the title on Mr. Liu was as a result of his contributions in the areas of science and technology, especially communications through his Star TV network.
Welcome to the 24th City Meeting of Work for Excellence.
Thank you. My name is Chief Jay Johnson. This is my wife, Chief Mrs. Julia Fortune. I am the RA, Somaluju of Etioni, which is in Osun State. My wife, of course, is Yeye. We're here with the Aloni of Etioni, Ogadokan Thompson, who we're waiting for him to show up right now. And we're here to represent him and cheer him on for his Excellence Award today for bringing cocoa back to its prominence in Africa, and especially Nigeria.
From what they explained is that they just made him a chief, and this chieftaincy title just, what's the word? How it makes him a leader of Chinese people in a particular market or something like that. So it makes him, if I'm not mistaken, it makes him a chief for his own community, so that way, from what you're explaining, is like a way to have a leader among the Chinese in this particular business environment. That's what the thing said. I'll try and read a bit the way it's written on this. A leader of the Chinese community in northern Nigeria has been crowned or turbaned as a chief by the Emir of Kano, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi. The Emir holds a lot of influence and is a religious and cultural leader in the region. At a traditional ceremony in Kano, Mike Zhang took the title of Wankilin Yang China, meaning the leader of the Chinese residents, as his head was wrapped in a turban. Said to be attending meetings at the Emir's palace and may wish to take part in the traditional horse riding festival known as a Doba, along with his entourage during Eid festivals. The Kano Emirate said that the appointment followed an increase in the number of Chinese businessmen who engage in different forms of businesses, a unified leadership structure. One member of the Kano Emirate told the BBC that the Emirate needs a liaison officer to solve conflicts that emanate from business transactions between Chinese and Kano traders.
Antu amakwao na ukurira mursaka hiyeruka niku mahembe ndiku hiyeruka niku mukarako atuimbere dene tumina na wenda uhemba nga mahemba amao eranga amavuru chuku yairoro na irama yiru kwinza na utaranka kayindine kwinza na utara manjumine kwinza na kuremeshantanga ne dichi chalua etwafira nga hadi mukara muntu weje male meshimkala.
So as we can see on the screens, this Chinese man, I mean, we saw the many examples that of Westerners being given the chieftaincy title, but just Chinese guy was given the title also of development or chief of science and technology, simply because he has a TV network in Nigeria, and also they feel, I'm not saying this, they feel he's helping developing the people in that communities. So they were given such titles. But I'll go to the main topic, being the Chinaman that has been given the chief of development in the eastern part of Ghana. I'll go to the main story, but I'm just showing you some of the times that these things have been happening all across the African continent, especially Nigeria, Zambia, and Ghana, to be precise. And I'm not going to put my judgment on it just yet, because you will love it. You will love it when we go straight into the main subject, why this China man being given a chieftaincy in Ghana is trouble. I can't speak for any other country. You heard the Nigerians, he's what? Developing them. I can speak for any other country, but I can speak for Ghana. I can speak for Ghana because I'm here and we know some of the things, some of the dangers, some of the wickedness that has happened to our land, to our mother, the earth, as I say here. Let me show you some other people that have also been given chieftaincy titles in Ghana, and the list goes on, but I'm just selecting just 6 of them to show you, So I want to start with number 6, who is Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes is a renowned African-American singer of the 1970s, was installed the nominal chief for development of Adan industrial area under the stool name Nene Kete Okanse number 1. Nene Kete, I hope I said it right, Kete Okanse number 1. In December 1992, he was a member of the Okanse royal family. 5 years after being installed, Hayes returned to Adan and presented a check of $10,000 for the construction of a training center in the town. So this is what Mr. Isaac Hayes did for the community. Therefore, but first and foremost, he is he's a member of the royal family, the Okanse family, and he did something. So when they put you in this position of development, they actually watch what you, the individual, is doing in the community, whether if you are helping the community, and this is only the elders of the community that can say this. Before I go on, I think one thing that our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, and also we in Ghana, we know, but I just wanted to put this across. The fact that you hear that people are in Africa doesn't mean they are conscious, doesn't mean they are awake, doesn't mean they are doing the right thing. I'm telling you, you would find more Christianity, more religion, more westernization in Africa than you'll find anywhere else in the world. We are living in a continent where people don't even appreciate what we have. Somebody would buy a Western product rather than investing in our own content, in our own materials, in our own industries. You get what I'm saying? So there's a reason why these things are happening. So don't make the mistake to think that everybody on the continent knows what is going on. So you'll be shocked with the many things that our people on the continent will do. On this continent, if you go and rent a house, and then you go and rent a house with a Westerner, they will give the house to the Westerner and leave you are a citizen of the continent. So there are a lot of things going on underneath the scenes, which is appalling, and I don't applaud to that. Neither do I agree to that, but it's the reality. This is what is going on. That is why people like Wudumaya and all the African YouTubers are trying to change the narrative. They're trying to change the narrative and bring the attention to it that, listen, we have everything here. We can develop our place. The problem is that Africa is constantly dependent on Westerners to come and develop the place for us. And so long as these people keep tripping in, these are the things, these are the consequences of what is going to happen until we come down. And I'm speaking to the people in the diaspora and also Africans that are migrated to seek greener pastures. It's time we come down. Wudumaya is saying this all the time. It's time we come down and we start investing in our communities. It's time we do something. This is when we know that we are due. That is what I'm saying. All these back and forth, you done this, you done that, you done that, this is this. It's not going to take us anywhere. It's time we start putting money to the ground. It's time we start fixing things, building things, restructuring things. Until we do that, these things, these Westerners are always going to take advantage. They're always going to do that. You understand? So we shouldn't be naive about the fact that not everybody in Ghana is conscious. Not everybody in Ghana is spiritual. I'm using Ghana because I'm in Ghana. I can say that for Africa as a whole. Not everybody in Africa is spiritual. Not everybody in Africa know the spirituality and the intelligence of our fathers. Majority of us have strayed away. That is how come these things are happening here. So Michael Jackson, in 1992, he graciously accepted a chieftaincy title for former Ghanaian group known as the Kingdom Sanwi. We have Rita Mali. Rita Mali, known in real life as Alpharita Constantia Anderson, a renowned reggae artist and wife of late reggae music icon Bob Marley. The award-winning actress, beside pursuing her artistic career, started to to commit herself in solidarity projects in Africa, founding 2 organizations. In 2000, Mrs. Rita Mali was installed as Nana Efua Adubia, Queen of Development in Konkonkuru, Ghana. We have Michael White. Hollywood actor Michael J. White was installed as Odumpong of Ekwamu traditional area by HRM, the Ekwamu Odinhene Kwafo Akoto III. The title was bestowed upon him during his visit to Ghana with other top black Hollywood celebrities who chose Ghana as destination to their vacation and reconnected with their roots. So probably his first time being in Ghana, and he was installed as a chief, given a chieftaincy title. These titles, they give it day in and day out. Day in and day. He just came to Ghana first time, bam, chieftaincy title. We have Lisa Ray, which I showed a video earlier, and she went ahead to say she's the Queen Mother of Ghana. Yeah. She's the Queen Mother of Ghana. So whoever was around her didn't even explain what that means. And we have Ronald James Moxon. Jimmy Moxon, alias Nana Kofi Onyase, was made a traditional chief of Gold Coast after his contract with the British colonial administrator ran out. So he is actually West, because he was actually made a traditional chief, which is actually West, but this was a pure white man. This shouldn't happen. This is what I was talking about. This is the most horrible amongst them all. And one of the things we need to understand is that our people down here are still, I don't know how to express it, some way, somehow, still look at the white man as superior. This hasn't changed. You would have kids on the street, and when we see the white, they will all be chasing and calling his name Obroni, Obroni. They didn't even do that to African Americans. They call African Americans Obroni. So how the black man sees the white man hasn't changed much. Yes, there's a generation coming up that we are wild, and you know we are wild. We know what time it is. But there are certain villages and certain communities that are still applauding and still praising and these people are in the villages. When you go to the villages and the communities in the villages, when you go to these places, there are a lot of white people there doing God knows what. But a lot of them are there, having orphanages, and nobody really knows what's behind the scenes. We know what's behind the scenes. So they are in these villages. They are in these places, creating relationships with the communities, being familiar to the communities. It's happening. It's happening on the ground. I know this. I've seen this firsthand. So these people just don't get up overnight and say, okay, I'm giving you this title. These people come to Ghana and they spend their days in the villages. Why it's sad to say, but most of our, not all, don't get me wrong, not all, but most of these celebrities and so-called famous people, when they come to Ghana, they don't spend time in the villages. They don't have anything doing in the villages. But these Chinese and Europeans, they go to the villages and spend time there. And so long as they are there, our elders in the villages, this is all that they know. They are not that awake. I'm not trying to disrespect or throw shade at anybody, but that's the truth. They still look at the white man as savior, and they still adore them, and they still worship them. So the minute they go into these villages, these white guys are adored and worshipped, and given certain privileges that the same people in the villages wouldn't even get. So these things are going on. And until we rise up and start doing the right things, this will still continue.
Who is that white person dancing like that? Wow, that's Caroline.
The real African lady.
Yeah, the real African lady. Yeah. The untouchable woman. The unstoppable. The uncrackable. The unshakable. The best dancer in 2016.
So we are asking competitors to come.
Yeah, to come to our show.
It's not over yet.
Yeah.
So you can't beat me. But you have to come.
Yeah, and try.
Carimenda.
Okay.
The contest is in Carimenda only.
Yeah.
You see the title they're giving her. The original African woman. These are black people giving her those titles. So to them, she qualifies to be given the title of a chief or a queen because she is spending time with the villagers. She's spending time with the people in the village. She's doing that. And because she's doing that, they are comfortable. They are okay. They love it. They love it. Listen, these people come down and they go to these interior places and they learn the culture. Some even speak the language. They learn the culture, learn how to play the drum, learn the culture. They do that as their project. This is when we, and I'm speaking to the youth, both on the continent and in the diaspora, this is the time we make a move and we spend time in the villages. This is how we can take back our resources. This is how we can take back our properties. When we spend time in the cities, they don't come to the city because they come into the country with an agenda. So while we are busy thinking of a city life, they are running to the villages and stealing all the resources away. Listen, you hear my judgment on this Chinese case very soon. But until we change the narrative and spend time in the villages and kick them out, they are always going to go to the villages. While we stay in the cities, they are always going to go to the villages. You can hear on the background, bronyo, bronyo, bronyo. What are they saying? White man, white man, white man. This is the narrative. The African man, the black man still sees the white man as the savior. Until this narrative change, some of these things are always going to come up. And if you don't know what is happening on the ground, you would always waste your time being upset over something that the people that are doing this are not even seeing it to be wrong until we change the narrative. Now let's come back to the issue of the Chinaman being given the chieftaincy title. You see, the Chinese in Ghana have done a horrible thing. A horrible thing. And not just in Ghana, across the African countries, they've done a horrible thing. So in the face of these horrors, I don't understand why on earth they would give this title to these Chinamen that his colleagues are doing the horrors. Even the government of Ghana raged a campaign against them to kick them out of the nation.
For hundreds of years, the peasants here in Shuitai, a tiny village in southwestern China, have been gathering under the banyan tree to shelter from the midday heat and have a chat. But these days, they can't relax. The women and old men here are waiting for news from their loved ones, their husbands and sons in faraway Africa. The peasants in this region have long engaged in small-scale gold mining. As the gold price climbed, they ventured out over the past 7 years as far as Ghana, Africa's second largest gold producer. 80% of the Chinese gold miners in Ghana, or about 12,000 people, come from this region. It used to be worth it. Wen Daming, who recently returned for more than a year as a mine worker in Ghana, has built a new house for himself and another one for his family members. But as the numbers of the Chinese in Ghana soared, their presence has triggered conflict. The law in Ghana bans foreigners from small-scale gold mining. The Chinese miners got in by paying local chiefs for use of their land and mining licenses. But now the government has launched its toughest crackdown yet. The authorities say the rampant illegal mining is ruining the environment, a charge many of the Chinese acknowledge. 169 Chinese miners detained last week are being sent home now, and many others want to leave as well. But they fear arrest and violence.
那你知道哪一天回来吗？还是还要等？
还要等，
还要等。
不知道，
哇！
不知道，现在他们到处抓人，
对对对
抓人了，他说
对
白天都不敢出来。
对对对对。
The miners have reason to be cautious. One of their own was shot dead in a robbery at his mine in April. In the past, Wen Haijian lived in this old farmhouse. Before he left for Ghana in May last year, he built this new concrete home for his family. But he never returned to live in it.
When the mines in these mountains were exhausted, the people of Shanglin left their homes to dig for gold elsewhere, first in northeastern China and then across the seas to Africa. But now, as it is getting too dangerous for them in Ghana, they might have to give up their dream of hitting it rich for good. Catherine Hiller, Financial Times, Guangxi, China.
They are in the villages digging out our resources. This is the wickedness they are doing in our villages. So I don't understand. And this is all the way back in 2013 and beyond 2013. 2001, 2002, all the way back to the 19th, they have been stealing our resources. So I don't understand. And the same applies to any white person that had ever been enthroned. I don't get it. Why? But our elders, some way, somehow, don't see anything wrong with all the damage and the danger they are causing our land and our resources. And they still give them these chances, these titles. I don't get why. See, my voice is even going. I don't get why they would do that. It doesn't make sense to me. With all that is happening, I don't understand why you would intro and to the Ghanaians that I say, oh, it's nothing. No, a shame on you. Shame on you. Did you see in the video, whatever money they are making here, they are building better houses in their country and they are sleeping under tent in Ghana. You think they are developing us? They don't have you at heart. They don't have you at heart. I'm not here to stir up any hate in anybody, but I'm just telling you what it is. They are not here for you. Talk about develop. Before they develop a street in your town, they've built towers. Billion-dollar towers in your countries. And this is who you are making. There's a youth in the community that has been farming. Why are you not giving that youth that title? Why are you not giving that youth that title? There are young men and women in the communities doing their best. But yet you never give them such titles because they've never gone anywhere. And because somebody comes from their country, all of a sudden you're giving them title development. The youth in the villages develop the villages better than any outsider would come and develop it. But the only sad thing is that because they've never traveled, sometimes because they don't even speak English, they don't want to give them these titles. And when the English-speaking person comes around, hey, he or she speaks English, speaks Chinese, speaks some useless language, oh, let's give them the title. We don't respect our own. When somebody speaks the Ghanaian language, We don't want to give the person any title. That is the shame. It runs through our political corridors. When you speak the Ghanaian language, when you speak the Chi language, you will be laughed at. You will be laughed at. Say you haven't been to school, you're not educated, so we can't give you this title. These are the people you are giving our titles to. These people are bleeding us to death.
A once thriving community of Chinese mine workers lies silent. Over recent weeks, Ghanaian authorities have arrested and repatriated at least 200 they accuse of working illegally and cashing in on the West African nation's rich seam of gold deposits.
We want to make this very clear that small-scale mining is prohibited to foreigners. It's a preserve of Ghanaians. And so it doesn't matter which part of the world you come from.
The miners think otherwise. They suspect the arrests were racially motivated.
At that night, the soldier has just come to here and spoiled every doors and catch every Chinese. It doesn't matter as they are financial worker or another job. They just come to here. Their duty is catch the Chinese.
That is the situation on the ground. They come in and they pay the local chiefs. Don't take my word for it. And that is how come our people are given these titles. Don't take my word. It's documentary. It's documented. It's out there. They push money. You see, this time around, they are not using guns. They're using money. They come in with their little China money. Or I should say their big China money. And they come to influence local communities. So though the government is against these things, they come and pay money to the local chiefs for them to give them these lands, for them to devour. When they are done devouring these lands, they give them titles. This is where I'm angry. This is where I'm upset. You know what they are doing. Why on earth would you do that? I am not just limiting it to the Chinese. No. To every Westerner, every outsider. If you are an outsider, I don't care what you have done in the community. No matter what you can do in the community, it will never make up to what you've stolen. I don't care. No matter what development you think you can develop, it will never amount to how much you've stolen from our lands. It will never amount to it. Never.
So there, this morning and we had 14, so 15, 16, 17 miners have been picked up in Biposo. So let's go inside and see what we have in. And I see lots and lots of mining equipment scattered within the wooden makeshift building. The building is being searched by the police. The investigators who are accompanying the Vanguard team have started their work, and it's starting here at the last port of call where 3 Chinese have been picked up. One of them has so the police, 2 of them who form part of the Operation Vanguard team, have started investigating. In fact, I must say they just picked up 3 casings, and I see one under the bed. So in addition, it will be 4 patients, and now he's being questioned as to where he keeps the weapons, and he's being evasive. He doesn't want to disclose where he keeps his weapon. And I also find a camouflage here. Yeah. Yeah. Not just one, but this is another one. So I find 2 camouflage jackets. This feels heavy. After the demolition of the mining equipment, the makeshift structures that the illegal miners use as their abode have also been set ablaze here by members of the Operation Vanguard team.
Thousands of liters of diesel and petrol used by the miners to power their nefarious activities in the forest have been destroyed in the operation. Makeshift structures serving dual purpose as shelters and laboratories where extraction of the real gold takes place are also being crushed and touched by the team. Excavators and earth-moving machines are confiscated in the process, and where low-bed trailers can't get to due to lack of access deep in the forest, the equipments have been immobilized by the members of the Operation Vanguard team with the technical competence. Giant washing machines with trapped gold dust are being mangled with the excavators, all in a bid to break down the financial muscle of the defiant miners. At the last count, the Operation Vanguard team had carried out not less than 700 operations in the western, eastern, and Ashanti regions, where the team has forward operating bases to take the war to the defiant miners. About 1,060 rebellious miners have been arrested in the process, including foreign nationals, as explained by the spokesperson of the Operation Vanguard team, Squadron Leader Omani Ejeyi.
About 1,059 arrests have been made so far.
These are the things they are doing in the villages, and these our elders, they know. So why on earth would they still give them these titles? This is what I don't get. No white person, I don't care how nice or friendly you are to the white person, deserves to be given a chieftaincy title. If they want chieftaincy titles, they should pay back every single dime they've stolen from our continent. They should pay back. And after they're done paying back with interest, we can think about it. And the answer will still be no. So I don't understand. For every Ghanaian or every youth out there that is saying it's nothing, you should be ashamed of yourself. You know nothing. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is not, oh, it's nothing, it's just a title. There's nothing like just, if it's just a title, why then did he want it? If you think it's just a title, if I'm the chief of development and I want 500 acres of land, I want 1,000 acres of land, do you think they're not going to give it to me? If you go back to your village and you ask your chief, I want 10,000, I want 1,000 acres of land to farm, do you think they're going to pay attention to you? They're going to charge you.
As the Chinese galamseyers come Ghana, most of them born with our local women.
They impregnated a married woman and ran away. They impregnated a married woman and went away. The man is with a wife. She gets pregnant. The man is excited, thinking he's going to have a child. Baby pops up, Chinese baby.
As my daughter give birth, we discover say the child with Chinese. No black couple, 2 freeborn whites. So my daughter in Osby rejects the Chinese baby. So I decide say I go take care of the boy. My daughter talk me say one of the Chinese miners for the area wey pregnant. We tried trace in Chinese father, but as government say crackdown starts, we no fit find am.
My daughter Ama no be happy like the way she did before. She always dey ask of him puppy. Usually I dey talk am say he go come back from China, then him father go provide am everything she dey lack now. But he do as she dey make very quiet. That him mood dey worry me pa. If it happen like that, then I make confused.
The last thing that's really disheartening is rosewood, which is mostly found in Ghana and a few African countries, but Ghana has the most, and also Israel. It's one of the most expensive wood in the entire world. This wood is being smuggled out of Ghana by Chinese.
One Chinese lady, Helena, 143. Yes. She claims she's the owner of the rosewood and that she was escorting the products to Tema. Our initial investigations also established that she didn't have log measurement and conveyance certificate, as well as a lumber inspection certificate. She told us that she has them, but she could not immediately produce them for us to authenticate their genuity. She also didn't have a passport on her for us to also determine whether she has a resident permit or working permit. That one too, she also told us that she has it, but our checks with the immigration office indicated that as a foreign national.
If you are a youth and you get a leadership position and you repeat the same mistakes of our fathers, I would pray and your life would never end well. I'm telling you, for all that we've been through as a people, for you to sit in the same opportunities and do the same crimes, the same errors, your life will never end well. I'm telling you, this cannot continue. So if you ask me, do I concur, do I agree to this China guy or China man, whatever, being crowned a chief in Ghana, I don't care. Even if the title was the one in charge of the shitters, I would not even give you the title. I don't care what development you think you've done. It's not enough. With all that you've stolen from our country, it's not enough. It's time we wake up as a people. Listen, I don't have strength for this today. It's time we wake up. Next week I'll continue with this, but I'll take it from another dimension. Things are happening. This is what I want to leave you with. Don't make the mistake to think everybody in Ghana knows what this needs to be done, or everybody in Africa knows what needs to be done. You'll be disappointed big time. We are now causing the awakening to happen at a major scale. Your contribution, my contribution, will go a long way to make an impact. So don't get disheartened when you see things like this. We are changing the narrative. A lot of young men and women are coming together to change the narrative. It's time you join the team today. It's time we wake our people up. That is why I've gone AWOL to all this religious sect in the nation, and I'm coming against them. because we need to drop that religion and pick up our spirituality. The minute we do that, we will never see the white man as a savior anymore. Whether white, brown, Chinese, whatever, we will not see them as the saviors anymore. And we will begin to realize the power and the potency in us as the descendants of this land.